Is Buck being very photogenic?
Give him the finger, Buck.
P2R was created with support by Pitkin County Solid Waste Center. Located just outside Aspen, Colorado, we are firm believers that one man's trash is another man's treasure. Reducing, reusing, and recycling waste are guiding principles in our community. The Pitkin County Solid Waste Center is more than just a landfill. It is a partner in the larger goal of environmental stewardship. Also in part by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation understands the importance of renovation financing. With a renovation loan, you can turn an outdated house into your ideal home. It's time to make your renovation dreams a reality. Visit our website to learn more.
We are excited today to be here at the Nieslanik Ranch. It is a real Colorado ranch.
It's the real deal. It's family owned by like 3 generations, and it's deeded so it can never become condos, and I think there's not that many left.
No, there isn't, and I think we need to go talk to Marty. Marty can tell the whole story about the Nieslanik Ranch. He's the grandson, 3rd generation rancher.
One man's trash looks like treasure to me. Yeah, one man's trash, it looks like treasure to me. It looks like treasure one man can see. And it's a junk picker's life for me, yeah.
So the story of the ranch is my dad got out of the Korean War in 1953. He bought this ranch that we live on right now. I have 3 brothers, and we all worked here, drove silage trucks, picked potatoes, put up hay for years and years. And then in, I think, 2000, he decided that we wanted to conserve it so it can never be developed. So we put a conservation easement on it, and so me and my dad ran the ranch, and then my boys, they've come on, and both of them work for us now. And then we got a new grandson, so he's the 4th generation of being on this ranch, and it's just a cool thing. You don't see that very often anymore.
And your dad only went to 8th grade of school?
Yep.
And worked on the ranch instead of going to school, right?
Yeah, he helped his dad on the ranch, quit school in the 8th grade. And he's been a rancher all of his life.
And were all your brothers born on the ranch like you?
Yep,
So,
everybody's here.
and the same as our children. Everybody was born and raised here.
It's hard to make a living being a rancher if you don't really diversify your operation. So we tried a lot of different things, and so the last 5 years or 4 years we tried to market our own beef, because if you take them to the sales barn or private treaty them, you get whatever the market is. So we decided maybe we should try to market our own beef. So we started doing the Aspen Farmers Market, markets in Carbondale, and we have a website, and we started selling a lot of our home-raised beef, and it's been working really well. Of course, Jerilyn is the one who does all the marketing. She's at the whiz. I just go out and feed the cows, and she takes care of everything else.
He raises them and I sell them.
That's right. So, but it's working really, really good. It's something the boys can continue to do.
We wanted to be able to give the business to the boys and have them be able to make a living at it instead of struggling at it like normal. Yeah. And in this day and age, you definitely have to be creative to make it work in ranching. You can't just do the same old thing anymore. So we utilized what we had and diversified.
Jerilyn and Marty just finished up their new home, and we are excited to see what they've done with all the stuff they bought from us and probably a lot of stuff here on the ranch.
Yeah, I bet they've used some really good stuff. You think they repurposed couches?
I don't know, what's that? Oh, you're joking with me again. Oh, yeah, I always fall for that one.
Yeah.
But we know there's going to be some great stuff up there, so let's go see what they have.
Okay. So am I.
Can't wait to show you all this stuff.
I can't wait to see those beavers. Let's go see.
I know, let's go. It's so fun. This is why I wanted you guys to come up. Remember? This is how we met.
Yes, I remember.
So excited for you to see it.
So what do you know? You came up how many times to the store?
Oh, we came up so many times, and I looked at it. Every time I came in, I'm like, I always told Marty, I'm like, if we ever build a house, I'm putting this in my house. And I was so excited when we were building a house. So this is what we came up with. And Marty had some great ideas about the wood, and we wanted to utilize it as storage. And it's just has really been really a fun piece. It's been my favorite piece in the whole house.
I mean, the history behind this thing, my dad and I picked it probably close to 40 years ago on Maxwell Street, Chicago. It came from Chicago out to here, sat in storage, and finally I convinced my dad, you know, we're not gonna do anything with it, so we might as well have somebody else do something with it. So finally, he put it up for sale, but before then,
I don't know if it was really for sale as long as he lived.
no, not really.
Because
He
I
said
was
that.
good buddies with Bob and kept telling him how much I liked it, and he was like, well, we'll see, but not now.
That was my father.
So I really got lucky.
You did. Didn't you have to redo the plans or something to fit this in?
We did. We made it work. We added a little more length to the wall, but Marty came up with the idea on the wood.
How'd you do that, Marty?
We tore down one of our old livestock corrals, and I thought this was pretty cool wood, so we had it planed down, and I wanted to put it on the wall.
Boy, it looks fantastic.
And then how did you?
The acetylene caps, she came up with that idea, and so we got a whole bunch of those in our shop, and she designed those lights.
I'm
and
crazy
that's
about
pretty
those.
Yeah, you
Pretty
get a gold
good.
star on
Pretty
that one.
good.
And what's really fun is I was going to use them as plain glass, and so you could see the things inside. But Marty really wanted to see the different grains, and so it came with that. Remember, it came with that just that one piece of metal
Right.
that fits in back.
Right.
So when
So it
you,
just sort of displays
yeah.
what's
So when
inside
you,
there.
yeah. So
can see
when I had some more of those made, and then when Marty filled them up with grain, then it became his grain bin. He was so proud of himself.
Where's his name on here?
Yeah, exactly. But I love it because we use it for different storage. We have my sugar, we have the flour.
Ooh, I love this.
Yeah.
The
Of course,
vintage
you
flour
can't,
scoop.
You can't have old everything.
You have to. You got to go the whole 9 yards.
And the color just, well, this green is my favorite green, but it's just original, and you can always tell the difference when it's original.
But another piece that's over here that Deb spotted and loved is the potato
gosh,
table.
The potato table.
That's Marty's.
Let's go talk about the potato table.
Potato sorter. When I was a kid, my dad and his brothers grew potatoes here on the ranch, and so every Saturday we'd all get together and sort potatoes. We'd ship like 200 bags a week to Durango, or the train used to come through town, and we'd put them in 100-pound bags, and
Wow.
we'd take them to the train and load them on there, and we used to sort them here. So
How does this thing work, Marty?
there used to be a chute here,
Right.
and you'd shovel potatoes on it.
Is that
And
your
then-
job?
Yeah. And then this, of course, there was a motor underneath, and it spun the belt, and it'd move the potatoes along.
and then the little ones would fall through the screen, and the big ones would fall down in there, and you'd have sacks on the front. And every time the sack was full, you'd stop and sew it up and put it in the pile.
Where would you store all those potatoes in?
We had a big potato cellar, just a big, like a root cellar.
It's like a root cellar, so it went down in the ground at a constant temperature.
It was probably 150 feet long.
Whoa.
50,
a lot of
50
potatoes.
feet wide, and we used to fill it clear to the roof every year.
Oh man.
So every weekend, me and my brother had to sort potatoes.
And then you taught that trait to our children.
That's right. Our kids used it too for a while, but anymore, we used to get a lot of migrant workers to pick potatoes because it's all hand labor, and
Wow.
Wow, it's a lot of
anymore you
work.
can't do that. So,
No.
so we
amazing.
gave up the potato growing.
You know, I'm looking at the potato table and I noticed something back here. It looks like you guys had a little bit of extra of the conveyor belt and you repurposed it onto here. Tell me what you did with this.
Yeah, I found this in the potato cellar, rolled up in a ball in the corner, and I've been holding on to it forever and not knowing what to do with it. But I knew I wanted to do something, and so when we started to build the house, I told Marty, I'm like, we're gonna put it in the banister. So Marty wanted to do horseshoes and saddle horns, and I said, no, we gotta go visit Craig
Yes.
to help figure out how to make it right.
Right, the newel post here, what this was, Jerilyn came up to the shop and she was looking through my piles of andirons. What are andirons? They're in your fireplace and had these back pieces of metal that hold up the logs, and this was the front decorative piece of it. But it was really short, Jerilyn, it was only about that tall. So what, did you put in a stretcher?
No, I batted my eyes at the ironsmith. And so he came up with the piece of iron, and then we beat it with a chain
Yes, I
to make it match the ball part and look together. And I just love the bottom part of it from the
From the fireplace, nice patina on there and that. But what I really love is, I mean, this is ideal rusty gold, very rustic, but these rails, looks like I remember you digging through my pile of rails from the smuggler mine, and these are the small ore cart rails that would go into the mine. But as a rail, the rail's being used as a rail on a staircase. How ideal.
And I love it because it's small enough you can hold on to it really easy as you go up the stairs.
It is beautiful. I mean, this is overall, again, I'm astounded how you pulled all this together. This is just really creative and a real great act of repurposing with this stuff.
It was really fun.
It looks like it was fun. Well, I think Marty and I have to go do some work, right, Marty?
I got to go stack hay.
And Marty's going to show me the places on the ranch here where you've been picking the stuff in the buildings and in the trash pile. So let's get going, Marty.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Take it easy.
So since those guys are gone, can I show you some little stuff?
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
I love this. This was a pump, a screen around an old pump that I found down at the dump.
Amazing.
And
I love it.
just thought it was spectacular.
Well, you know, and it ties in with all this other weaving and stuff. You've just got such a good eye.
It was fun. Let me show you upstairs.
Okay, great.
I want to show you the upstairs. For the grain bin, we did so much that I had to make some changes. So the upstairs, it just turned out really cool. We used beetle kill for all of our
Great room.
ceilings.
It's a nice space. I'd love to be up here, and then you're more by yourself.
I love being up there by myself.
No distractions.
None whatsoever.
Look at this. What have you got here? You got your own cooler and ice and beer and stuff?
Right. Unfortunately, I use it for all office supplies. It's my new desk, so I have it.
Wow.
Yeah, and this was actually
Great.
came out of Marty's dad's house.
Oh.
And when I saw it, I was like totally wanting it, and it just fit perfect up here.
It does. And what about over here by your desk?
Well, my office was supposed to be downstairs, but since it didn't work, I made this closet space into my office.
Nice.
So I used the Coca-Cola boxes from the shop, and these are old potato boxes.
Oh, they
and
are.
I repurposed the grain bin again, the belt, and made this my file desk.
Amazing. That stuff went a long way,
It
didn't it?
has gone a long way. And then the fun thing is the shelf that I bought up at Tiffany's that I loved and wanted to use.
That's
Those hand clamps.
yeah.
Yeah, those wooden clamps.
Nice,
And
nice.
I thought this space just turned out really, really fun.
Marty dropped me off here first at the Nieslanik dump. I really love when I start picking on a farm or a ranch. I like to get to the dump because it's so exciting. There's so many things you can do with the material that's been discarded from usage on the ranch or from the house, like the combine here. I love that color. I like to get some pieces of that metal off of there and do some repurposing, but there is just so much out here. And that's one thing that's great about on these dumps. You don't know what you're going to find, but you have to be really creative because it might not jump out at you right away, but there's good stuff here. So I'm going to head over to the hay barn first because I think there's some good stuff in there. This is one heck of a hay barn. My gosh, this thing is huge. Jerilyn said there's some wood out here I might like. I see some up there. But oh, this stuff. This is, I think, what she meant. Wow, this stuff will be great. Look at the, just look at the patina on there and the weatherness. Radioactive. Please, flammable. Uh-oh, poison. I don't know about this one. I think I'm gonna skip it. Ooh, I wonder what is back here. Oh, I see something with my good eye. But I gotta avoid these thistles. Whoa, open Tuesday through Saturday, fresh fruit and veggies. This is neat. This looks like an old fruit cart that they would roll out by the street and sell the fruit off of it. I see potential in this. This would be something to have in our front yard or even the backyard. I mean, we could put all our little bits in here and that and other items, but this, I bet you this thing has a lot of history to it. Just amazing. Well, needs a little work too, but hey, everything does out here.
Some other fun things that we did with the house is this mirror is actually a window from Marty's dad's house.
Oh my
And he replaced his windows and I grabbed it and I made it into a mirror.
Perfect, and it's nice that it means something besides it being a window.
Exactly, I wanted the whole house to tell a story, so I grabbed things that made a difference to Marty and I.
Yeah.
And in the bathroom we did a couple fun things. This is an old insulator
Oh,
that we
nice.
found, and I had that made into a light.
I love the way it reflects.
Isn't that beautiful? And then this old mirror. Marty and I were actually at a getting feed, and there was this old for you shop, so to speak,
Yeah.
next to it. And I happened to go in there, and this mirror was in there, and I told him, I'm like, we have to have that mirror. And you know, she didn't even know what she had. It was like
course.
$20. Of
course,
so it
of
was
course.
perfect.
And then what have we got here?
Oh, those are wooden clamps that they were laying in the cellar forever, and I just thought they'd be the perfect toilet paper holder. As soon as I installed them, my son comes up and says, "Where's those wooden clamps?" And I just started laughing. I said, "Well, I'm using them every day. Sorry, we're gonna have to figure out something else for you."
Right.
Wow. One thing about the dumps on the ranches is, boy, they have so many discarded trucks to choose from. It's like a truck dealership. This one I really like. I'm just wondering what the heck this bed was used for. I mean, this thing's built to handle some heavy-duty machinery, or even, look at this, boulders. I wouldn't be surprised. But boy, I really like the looks of this thing. So let's see what else it has in store. Hey, Department of the Interior. That says it all, man. They were using it out here in all the BLM and the open land here, so it must have hauled a lot of stuff. Let's see what's inside. Well, it looks like the humans weren't in here in a while, and the mice and the raccoons have taken over, but it has potential. It has potential. All right, let's check what's under the hood here. Oh, all right, a straight 6. That is an easier one to take care of. I bet you it doesn't need too much work because they drove the thing up here. Maybe just had a little knock or something, but hey, I'd like to get my hands on this one. Junk driving, driving junk.
I'm driving, junk, I'm driving, junk, driving, junk, I'm driving, junk, driving, junk.
The biggest thing when we built this house is I wanted it to say a story about our family and our farm. And this kind of puts everything together in a way. The old ladder is from the ranch. And this old shirt was Marty's when he was a little boy. And this actually was my little dress when I was a little girl, and my shoes. And then this is our wedding day. And when we went on our honeymoon, we drank the last bottle of wine out of this jug. And the guy told us if we kept the jug forever, we'd have a happy marriage. So I have. And then here's Marty's old cowboy boots. And then I love them, a bushel and a peck. And then we added our family to our lovely daughter-in-law when they got married. And our story goes on.
Every ranch has a workshop, and I can't wait to get my hands on the hard-ass merchandise in this shop. Yeah, the ranches and farms have machinery. Machinery needs gas, oil, and grease. So it looks like this is their corner for all those goodies. And one thing you need to get it out of the barrel and back into the barrel and into the machinery is funnels. And I love funnels. I mean, they can be repurposed into so many different things. I see them a lot of times as pendant lamps, but you know what? They might be something good for a project down the road. So I'm gonna keep these in mind as we pick through this workshop. All right, now we're entering the heart of the workshop. It looks like there is generations of stuff laying all over here. I first came up here, I spotted this stove. I love this stove because the doors, it has a silhouette of a mountain and like an evergreen tree, pine tree. So this is a really cool piece. It looks like they're not using it, but they might in the future. But this is another favorite of mine is the wall cubby hole. I mean, this would be great in your store or even in your house. A little big, maybe cut it in half. And when I come back here, here's a tried and true tool of every ranch is an anvil. And I really doubt Marty will part with this. I would love to get my hands on this anvil. I just love anvils, but this piece, I think I could talk to Jerilyn about this. I love this piece. This has great, great soul. Look at the white, I know it's dirt on there, but just distressed. And what really lets it stand out a lot are these red knobs. I mean, just big red knobs, this contrast with the white paint. These catch my eye. These copper like lids, tops to a pot or even maybe a moonshine still. There's a few of them back here. And I think these will go good with those funnels. So let me grab the funnels and we'll go back up and see if Jerilyn will let me do a little buying offer.
Whoever films the laundry room, I love this room.
I always wanted a laundry room where if a calf came in sick, Marty could
Wow.
actually rinse it off in the laundry room instead of in our kitchen sink. So that was my main thing. I wanted
Oh my
cement
goodness.
floors with a drain, a place to
Who
hook
can
up a
say that?
hose. Not very many people, but it's a big deal in our house.
I bet.
But of course, you know, I have my other little things I do. So I got some egg baskets that I've been collecting, and I didn't have a place for Marty's hats. So I figured that would be a good display of hats and egg baskets.
That is great. I love the colors.
And then I had Marty make me a place so I could hang my clothes. And then we found this old I use it for my laundry cart, but it was an old milk cart, I believe, in an office. And we saw this. I've had this a really long time, and
Reprint right up.
yeah, it's just perfect for our laundry.
It is.
And then this wood actually came from our dump area, and it's just
Oh,
one of my
just color like that?
Yeah,
Oh,
we didn't have to do
man.
anything to it, and Marty really did think I was crazy when I was like, we got to get this wood. So that's just an old level that we had, and I used our hay hooks from around the ranch.
That level was that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and we got the doorknobs. I'd been collecting them, and I actually got most of them up from Craig. And then, of course, you need something to sit on to change your boots. And,
That's so cool. That is just such a find.
Yeah, so, and then another thing that I got from Craig was the lockers.
Oh.
And I wanted a
My
space.
favorite color.
Yeah, I wanted a space for more storage in here, so we just made it part of the mudroom.
How clever.
It was very fun. I love the mudroom. I spent a lot of time in here.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Totally. Mine's all tweaked out, too.
I think, speaking of Marty and Craig, I think they're out at the fire pit. You want to go join them?
That makes sense. Us in the laundry room and those guys hanging out.
Exactly. Well, let's go see what they're doing.
Okay.
I knew we'd find you guys out here.
Hey, what you gals doing?
Ooh, this is the place to be.
So what did you find down while you were picking?
Well, I was in the shop and I found a few things, but I kept thinking for the Chalet du Soleil, we got to do this whimsical water effect. So I found these funnels, but I thought, let's turn them upside down, hang them like this, and have the water cascade down and end up in our
That
water drum.
sounds pretty nice.
Yeah.
Will it trickle?
It'll trickle really
Okay.
soft and nice.
Thank you.
It'll just soothe
And what
you.
does it fall into?
A big water barrel.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
catching a water barrel.
That's
So
way
that's what we're
cool.
gonna do. So I think we need to have a toast after all this today.
Well, here you go, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming and hearing our story about our house.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks for
You
coming.
guys are the best hosts we've had.
Here's to repurposing.
Cheers to repurposing. Well, we're gonna enjoy the rest of this beautiful Colorado sunset
There
and
it
just
goes.
take a load off our minds. Until next time, we'll be picking to repurpose.
Land sakes, the junk man's coming, the junk man's coming around. Gather up your old time clutter, and the junk man takes it to town. Some fenders and windows and gutters of tin, and things made of silver and gold. It don't have to glitter, it don't even have to work, it don't even have to be old. Land sakes, the junk man's coming, driving his pretty blue truck.